Okay, so last week, was it last week? I can't even keep up with my weeks. Yeah, I think it was last week. Last week, I went to Daegu, which was pretty cool. So Daegu is about a 2-hour bus ride from Ulsan. Now that's not too far, but it's more country. And I was actually pretty surprised that there were a lot of foreigners there. But I found out that there is a military base not too far from where we were, so that's why there were so many foreigners. Kid you not, when we were walking by in the middle of this random street, doesn't look like there wouldn't be anybody there. But okay, two things about that street. One, there was this huge poster of this American guy, like straight up on this wall. For what reason? I didn't know until I actually read the sign on the bottom. Is where you can get your passports taken, so it made sense. And also, my friend went to get her hair done there, and when we were there for maybe about like 30 minutes after exploring, you know, so she was almost done, so we waited inside the shop, and I kid you not, 7 foreigners passed by where we were. And this is a street that doesn't seem like anything is going on. Like, I don't know what's going on that street. There's nothing going on. It's not a main street. It's not even really residential either. It's just like some buildings. A lot of the buildings were closed. So I don't know, but it was really interesting. And what I found really beautiful about this experience, what actually won my heart overall, was this school that me and my friend walked by, and we didn't know what to do in the beginning, and we saw this school, and I'll backtrack. It wasn't a school, it was just kind of like open market, kind of, you know, on Saturdays and Sundays they have markets, so it was kind of like that. And so we wanted to check it out, so we go inside. And the girl, who's speaking English perfectly, gives us the best cotton candy. So good. It was so good. The best cotton candy I've ever had. I am not a cotton candy person. I am a chocolate person, so I'm not really into like those kind of sweets, but that was so good. Anyways, so we go in there, and when she starts, you know, conversation with us, which is pretty cool. And then we found out that this is actually a school for students who are not in school. So anybody who is between 16 to 25 and they're in a place where they don't want to be in school anymore, they can go to this school. It's like a little community, which I fell in love with, because it's an institute where they can go and they feel like they belong somewhere. And these aren't just like, these aren't students who are not wanting to go to school. A lot of them have different backgrounds. You know, there are some students who, yeah, maybe they're not in school because maybe they don't have that interest in it, or they're coming from a difficult background, or there are special needs and they're so, you know, brilliant, but they're not in school, and they're there. And I fell in love with it because this is a school that has a relationship with the church in Daegu, and so they're constantly surrounded by good people who genuinely care about them and believe in them. And when we went there, they had the open market, and the items that they sold, let me show you. This was soap that we got, and it smells so good. It smells so good. They made this. A couple of the girls had made these soaps, which it smells glorious, by the way, and they're selling it. So not only are they fostering their skills, but also their business skills and communication skills. So they are doing pretty great. So I loved it. I definitely want to go back to Daegu just for that reason, to visit and to meet the people at the place and just connect, and I thought that was really cool, and I fell in love with it. And I think that's what made this trip really special. Just added a little cherry on the top, because I definitely want to go to Daegu again. This is an area that I would go again, but plan out an agenda. Maybe not like we're gonna do this, and this, but have something in mind, and then I can go with the flow with it. But Daegu's so big, it's kind of nice to know where you want to be. So when we went, it was spontaneous, and I love the spontaneity in trips. I really do. But I now know what I want to see when I go there next time. And I found out that they have a little theme park there. It's called eWorld. I want to check that out and let you all know how that is. So hopefully sometime soon I go. But anyways, Daegu was really cool. My co-teacher was super excited because that's where she's originally from. So she was giving me some recommendations where to go. So next time, maybe I'll hit the places that she told me to go. But that place is a little gem to me, and everybody seems so friendly there. Like, everybody that I met was so warming. Everybody that I met was so warm. The hospitality was great. And let me tell you, I wish I got this on film, but there was this cute old man. Oh, he was adorable. Okay, my hair. He was the coolest and most adorable man ever. He dressed so fresh. He had a white suit on, if I'm not mistaken. He had sunglasses, he had a hat. Like, he looked like he was good with the ladies. Very smooth, but very charming and very funny. And then he said our pronunciation was great when we were talking in Korean, which was funny because, hey, I don't know. It just really made the trip. And then he goes on his really cool motorcycle. And yeah, people have motorcycles here. But he was an older man on this really cool motorcycle. And it wasn't just any motorcycle. It was like a nice one too. So, more like a scooter, I guess. Motorcycle scooter. But that's, yeah. Thought I should mention that because the people there were just really cool. And I definitely want to go there again.
아, 맞나? 아.
Cafe. Struggling finding a restaurant. This is really pretty. I'm gonna cross and walk down. We're finding, again, we are having a hard time finding restaurants. We are really hungry. I'm really hungry. And I'm getting impatient. But this is really pretty though. This area. And there was a steakhouse, but it's obviously expensive, especially here. And they're preaching about something. We struggled so much getting food. We didn't know anything on the menu, but we somehow got through it and spoke in Korean successfully. Crosswalks, which take like 30 minutes, which feels like 30 minutes, to get across the street. This is Daegu. too am so curious how the other areas in Korea are. I mean, I plan on exploring as much as I can, but I'm also, you know, aware that I need downtime. So this week I'm just resting, and I found a really good church, which I'm really happy. I found it on the group that I'm in, and hey, they speak English. But yeah, other than that, everything is going really well. Korea's pretty good. The air, again, you know, I have my warnings on my phone, so I know if the air quality is good or if I need to wear a mask. And this is really random, but because I was sick a couple of weeks ago, maybe like a month ago now, you know, the air and everything, my allergies, you know, breathing can be a little difficult. So there's like this nasal irrigation thing that you can do, like a neti pot. And, you know, you have to use distilled water because you're using it with saline. So if you don't want to use tap water, but if you use that, it's just super bad, and you don't want the minerals in your body. People have had horror stories. So, you know, it's really important to use distilled water, and finding distilled water here seemed so impossible. I haven't found distilled water, but what I did find at pharmacies specifically was this bottle. So I had two bottles. One bottle is a saline bottle that's used specifically for that reason. You know, you can use it for nasal irrigation to like clean out your sinuses. So there's that bottle. And then I got this other bottle, and when I was talking to the pharmacist, he kind of understood me, but then it kind of seemed like there might have been some miscommunication, and he showed me another bottle, and he told me not to mix, but then he was showing me this packet and doing this gesture of mix, but then don't mix. So I have that bottle too, but I'm not going to use that bottle first. I'm going to use the other one. Again, just because of the air quality. The air quality actually isn't that much different than Los Angeles, where I'm from. The air is terrible there. The smog, breathing, my allergies are terrible. Yeah, unless if you're in Washington, which I love Washington. I was there for 6 years because I went to school there. Cleanest air, happiest people, love the area. Actually, hold on, the people there are so genuine, but there's this thing called the Seattle freeze, and I'm going on a tangent here. By the way, I'm gonna stop talking.